Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the secrets of the corporate world and expose the nitty-gritty details, so you don't have to. Today we're re-diving into a filing from Haymaker Acquisition Corp. 4, stick around, because this one is about a business combination, and we will uncover a lot of interesting details before we get into the deep dive. If you are new here and want to understand the financial world better, make sure you subscribe, and if you want to chat with us and other corporate enthusiasts, join our Discord community linked in the description below. Alright, let's get straight to it. On October 9th, 2025, Haymaker Acquisition Corp. 4, which they call Haymaker or SPAC for short, announced a big move. They are entering into what is called a business combination agreement. Basically, they re-merging with another company called Suncrete Incorporated. This isn't just a simple handshake deal though. It is a multi-step process involving a few different entities like Suncrete Incorporated and some newly formed subsidiaries. Think of it like this: Haymaker, which is a special purpose acquisition company, or SPARC, is like a shell company, set up to find and buy another company. They found Suncrete Incorporated and they're going to combine forces. This whole deal includes some fancy legal maneuvers like a domestication, which means Haymaker will change where it is legally based from the Cayman Islands to Delaware. Then there will be mergers. It all sounds complicated, but essentially Suncrete will become a part of the publicly traded entity that used to be Haymaker. This business combination agreement is the core document laying out how this whole merger will happen. It's subject to approval from Haymaker's shareholders and some of Suncrete's shareholders, so it's not a done deal yet. To make sure this goes through, Suncrete's key shareholders have signed what are called company equity holder support agreements. They are agreeing to vote in favor of this business combination. On top of that, they've agreed to hold onto their shares for a certain period, which is common in these deals to prevent immediate selling pressure. Then there is the sponsor support agreement. This is from Haymaker's own sponsors, which are the folks who initially invested in Haymaker to get it started. They are also agreeing to vote for the deal and are waiving certain anti-dilution rights. These are rights that protect them if the company issues new shares at a lower price. They've also agreed to lock up their shares. This all points to strong internal support for the deal. Now, here's where it gets interesting financially. Alongside the main agreement, Haymaker and the new public company, which will be called Pubco, have entered into subscription agreements with investors. These are called PIPE investors, which stands for Private Investment in Public Equity. These investors are putting in about $82.5 million right before the merger closes. They will be buying shares of Pubco Class A common stock. This is crucial because it brings fresh cash into the combined company, often to ensure there is enough funding to complete the transaction and provide working capital. To announce this significant development, a press release was jointly issued on October 9th, 2025. This press release, along with an investor presentation, is being tucked into this filing. These documents are meant to explain the deal to the public and potential investors. Looking ahead, Pubco and Suncrete plan to file a registration statement on Form S-4. This document will include a proxy statement for Haymaker's shareholders to vote on the deal and a prospectus for the new company's shares. They're urging investors to read these documents carefully when they become available because they will contain even more important information. Now, like most corporate filings, to raise a section dedicated to cautioning us about forward-looking statements. These are essentially predictions or expectations about the future. The company is saying that actual results could be very different from these predictions due to various risks and uncertainties. They mention things like there being a risk the business combination might not be completed or the benefits might not be realized. They also point to potential legal proceedings, redemptions by Haymaker's public shareholders which could affect the stock, and the challenge of getting Pubco's securities listed on a stock exchange after the deal. Some other key risks include changes in business, market, financial, political, and regulatory conditions. They also worry about Suncrete's operations, competition, and regulation. Challenges in growth and expanding operations are highlighted, along with the risk that issuing more shares might dilute the value of existing stockholders. Basically, they are covering their bases and warning us that the road ahead might have some bumps. The filing concludes with a list of exhibits, including that press release and investor presentation we mentioned. That is it for the main filing, but let's talk about what it all means. Now, looking at these numbers and statements, what is the story here? Haymaker Acquisition Corp. 4 is a SPARC, and its main purpose is to find a company to merge with. They've identified Suncrete Incorporated in a deal that involves a significant amount of cash coming in through a PIPE investment of around $82.5 million. This capital infusion is a major positive sign. It suggests that sophisticated investors believe in the combined company's future and provides the necessary funds to make this complex merger structure work. The structure of the deal itself, with a domestication and multiple mergers, is quite involved. This complexity can sometimes lead to unforeseen issues, but it is often done for strategic or tax reasons, or to meet regulatory requirements. The lock-up agreements for both Suncrete S shareholders and Haymaker S sponsors are standard practice. They signal a commitment to the long-term success of the newly formed company and help stabilize the stock price after the merger. The extensive list of risks in the forward-looking statements section is, frankly, quite long. While some of these risks are generic to any merger or newly public company, the sheer number and specificity of potential issues, from completion uncertainty to post-merger operational challenges, warrant attention. It tells us that while the deal looks solid on paper with the PIPE financing and shareholder agreements, there are indeed many hurdles to clear. This isn't uncommon for SPACs, especially those targeting growth companies. The key will be how effectively the management team navigates these risks, particularly in integrating operations and achieving Suncrete's growth objectives. Without seeing Suncrete S financials directly in this report, it is hard to give a deep dive into their business health, but the fact that they are the target of a SPAC with a substantial PIPE investment suggests they have promising growth prospects or a strong market position that the acquirers believe can be amplified by becoming a public company. The success of this business combination will hinge on Suncrete S' ability to execute its business plan and deliver on the growth that the PIPE investors and Haymaker are betting on. Overall, this filing marks a significant step in the combination of Haymaker Acquisition Corp, 4's and Suncrete Incorporated. The PIPE financing provides a strong foundation, and the shareholder support agreements, while necessary, indicate strong conviction from key stakeholders. However, investors should remain vigilant about the numerous risks and uncertainties highlighted, as they could significantly impact the future performance of the combined entity. Alright, that is our breakdown of Haymaker Acquisition Corp 4's latest filing. What is your take on this business combination and what they signal for the company S future? Drop your thoughts in the comments if this analysis was valuable. Hitting that like button really helps. And subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.